Yeah, so I was saying before I was kicked out that our old self, we tend to have very negative thinking. But the thing that we always want to do is distinguish ourselves. That means we want to tell ourselves apart from other people. And a lot of times it is done when we compare lah. At the same time, comparing is a sign of insecurity because we take other people as a sort of standard to assess ourselves. So you see, when we assess ourselves with people who are lousier or not so privileged, then we feel better. Yeah, we feel better about ourselves. But we compare ourselves, assess ourselves with somebody who is much better than us, then we feel lousy. So it's always like always comparing, and that's not very healthy. Number one is not very absolute. Yeah, we're always looking for somebody to make ourselves feel better by comparing that we're better, right? And so you see basically a lot of things we can't control. Yeah. So the most important thing there from here then is actually to find something that is the standard we strive towards, and that is God's standard. Okay, God's standard is the one that is the absolute one. Okay, so you see, it's eternal and therefore absolute. This is God's standard for us. That one is not eternal, is not absolute, but we are just go up and down, up and down. Can you see the difference?
Mm.
Okay, so the idea of Christ's esteem is to bring us the idea of Christ's esteem is to bring us into that stable and secure position of Christ's esteem. And that's where we meet the challenges of take up your cross to follow him. Ken, any comment, any question? Right? Christ's esteem enables us to rise to the challenges of what God wants for us. And because it is absolute, God's standard does not change up and down one like our esteem, like our esteem. God's standard doesn't go up and down one. His is always constant. How? Okay. So it's good that we have God who provides everything we need to progress. Yes, Maggie,
Um, self-esteem came about, you say, but because of at the Garden of Eden,
our
when Adam,
knowledge. Yeah,
yeah, when Adam and Eve decide to take the fruit so that they can know more things and be independent.
yeah, correct.
Okay, that's self-esteem came in.
Mm,
That means that God, Christ esteem or God esteem, that you say the destiny from by God
mm,
is to base our esteem on Him.
mm,
So was that His design from the very beginning, like when He gave us to rule the earth and creation and all this guys to have that kind of esteem as well.
correct,
Uh,
correct.
pride. Would you say I mean something that we are proud of what we are. Like he gave us the being a ruler of this and that, this and that, and also give us the freedom to name the animals. You know, at Genesis. Is
Mhm.
that part of his plan itself? That esteem. Would I use the word esteem? Can I use that?
Okay, you talk about pride, huh? Pride,
Uh,
actually, interestingly, pride, there are two kinds. It can go into two directions. Okay. The healthy pride is the pride. Paul did talk about take pride in your work. Okay. And also the healthy pride is to be happy and satisfied. When you look at your work and you take pride, it means you are happy and you're satisfied with your work. Take pride in your work.
mm,
Take pride in
mm,
what you do. Happy and satisfied. But the other kind of pride, which is not the good one, is where we start thinking that we are better than others.
Won't that start somewhere? The happy pride come, then later the
Happy pride
unhealthy
is good,
pride
huh?
come.
The happy pride is satisfied and
Yeah,
pleased,
you always start like that, satisfied, and then you want more, and then you become more
and then you start
proud.
comparing
Yeah,
and thinking yourself better than others. So that is where the sin comes in, no?
mm,
Because if you think yourself better than others, that's where you might not be so considerate, might not be so thoughtful towards them, because I'm better than them.
yeah, my
So
ideas is better.
they are beneath me.
Mm,
Right? A lot of prideful people are very arrogant, right? They treat people like you're all beneath me. So that is where the pride becomes a negative part, which is a sin, lah. Okay, so having self-esteem for the old self, pride can easily come along, and that is where I compare with you, I'm better than you, lor. And then I kind of like look down on you. And so basically it means not image of God and not love. Not love. Remember the whole idea of God's image. One big thing is holy, and what holy is about loving people just like God. Huh? So you see the whole idea of knowledge of good and evil is that I do everything to show that I'm worthy, to show that I'm good. And so that comes with pride. Okay, so that's why next week, because time is up, next week we talk about the Bible base. First John 2, verse 12, everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life comes not from the Father, but from the world. Okay, so that's the unhealthy pride that we will look at next week lah, in more detail, because time is up for this evening. Can?
mm,
Okay, so we explore an understanding of the origin of self-esteem. Has to do with us being independent of God. We are trying to distinguish ourselves, show ourselves as some person who is special, somebody who stands up, somebody worthy of glory. And if we want to go as far as to say worthy of glory like God, and that's where you remember Satan was prideful. Yeah. The story of Satan, Satan was prideful because he wanted the glory to be above God. Are we okay?
yes.
Can So we end here today, and who is helping us to pray? Let us stop the recording. If no question,